So no trades so far, not really saying anything really good. Should have just had that quick scalp on arrows, but didn't take it. AIHS popping a little bit. AIHS stock from Friday, of course, popping up a little bit there, 110. Major resistance around that 120 area. 120, 125-ish. So it might be where the bag holder short should it get there. But still, probably not much range. Probably going to be a 10-cent trade. CPSC already going down. Chat guy never chasing it. KRTX breaking pre-market highs there, $4 stock. Might be worth a washout long from 36. KRTX actually. It's about to halt KRTX. So KRTX, I think this is a recent IPO. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me check the DAS chart. Yeah, so KRTX is a recent IPO. It's all-time highs, basically. So this might be worth a trade. These type of stocks have been hot lately. 9 million float. So just dip to 40 there. Too much of an air pocket to 36 to take the trade. Let's see if we get a bigger dip on this KRTX. Previous all-time highs was at 29. Also AIHS creeping up a little more, 115. Might be worth a trade for some of you guys. Just not sure there's enough range on it. KRTX, more highs. Chat guys actually watching it, so kind of curious how this plays out with chat guy looking to get involved. Arrows end up being just a pre-market high reject there. Nice fade. AIHS hitting 118 there. One of that 120 panic. Didn't get it, so didn't take that one. CPST just never got going. So keep an eye on KRTX here. It's looking like it's wicking back from 47 though. Cracking that pre-market support arrows. Surprisingly, this one just bleeding out. No trades so far. Just waiting for a big wash, and KRTX hasn't really happened. Arrows is wicking back basically now, pinballing between both pre-market support and resistance. 240 to 280 essentially the range there. Need to pop at least back to 250 to be interested on arrows. AIHS is rejecting off of that 118 intraday high. There you go, KRTX, more highs, but lower volume on this push. It seems like there was a little bit of a seller there at 47 on KRTX. Halt bands are now halved now. So yeah, 40.7 and 49.75 on KRTX, the halt bands. Still no trades from chat guy. $47 seller move there for a second and see if this causes a little bit of a push on KRTX. So really now KRTX really the only thing worth looking at. Everything else kind of lame. KRTX now 49s. Still not getting a wash on. Not a single red candle on the 3-minute on KRTX yet. Definitely with that air pocket to 36 pre-market highs. Very risky to jump in. All right, so we got a 50 test there in KRTX. It's pulling back again. It's not really moving that cleanly, as in it's not really going parabolic. Still no washes. We saw a hidden seller there early at 47. Halt levels now 42.61 and 52.08. So back over 50 here, KRTX. A little bit too much of a grinder right now still to take a trade. Still a huge air pocket to 36. Arrows now basically no range left on that one after that first panic pop. So that was really the only trade on that available. Nothing really else going on. Still waiting patiently for that wash on KRTX. Still no trades. Nearing a halt here on KRTX 50.7, 53.7, 54.57 now the halt levels. It just moved up. Yeah, chat guy's just watching KRTX. He's not trading it. $54.57 now, halt levels, trying to halt again. $55.36 now the halt levels. 45.3 the downside halt. And you can see how the algo is playing with the halt here a little bit. They move it to the halt level, but they don't let it halt. So it looks like they don't want this stock to halt. $56.12 now the halt levels. You see how this is a good example of why circuit breaker halts is really So see, we get that wash toward 50. It just doesn't look like it's going to halt. They keep playing with these halt levels. Yeah, the halt level, they're just keeping this thing from going parabolic. It's just so silly. Downside halt levels at 47.83, 58.46 now the halt levels on KRTX. Now it's halted. 58.46 now. Finally, they let it halt. 58.69 indicating so far. Let's hope for a gap down or a washout, a major wash, so we can finally get in on this one. There hasn't been a single red candle. Pre-market highs at 36. Previous all-time highs at 29. So definitely dangerous for this thing to possibly just dump really hard if you chase it at the wrong time. Definitely this is the type of stock where you can get a lot of FOMO and decide, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to hit the buy button and just jump in. And then you get dumped on pretty hard for like several points. So you got to be patient here, wait for the wash. If there's no wash, then too bad. Just got to let it Yeah, I'm looking for a wash toward 50. That would be ideal. 50, 42, 36 are the support levels on KRTX. Yeah, not a single red candle on a 3-minute chart. It's very dangerous. Obviously, from a daily chart standpoint, longer view here, every single short is underwater with the stock being at all-time highs. But from an intraday standpoint, this thing's definitely due for a big dip. Got to be patient. Even though we got 5 minutes left to 10 o'clock, it is what it is. Still haven't made a single trade. Yeah, 50, 50, 50, 51, 42, 43. VWAP's at 41.67. What do you mean by fan your order? No, I never leave orders in. I'm just gonna look for the stall and I'm just gonna snipe it. That's it. Yeah, this ain't spray and pray, man. This is last minute sniping here. See if we get that wash. Guess should get resumption here in about 50 seconds. All right, 30 seconds. Really nothing else here available in play. Arrows, CPST, AIHS, all dead. So let's see, we got this resumption here in about 10 seconds, indicating 58. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. A little bit of a dip, a little bit of a dip. Filled a couple here at 56 small. Looking for 50s. See, we got big wash. I mean, nice. Low volume on this pullback. So halt levels at 50 and 61. See how it reacts at 50. All right, so long currently here around 56 still. 58.46 the upside, the high day. Some sellers here at 58. Halt 60.5, the halt levels. It seems a little heavy at the moment. Not really liking this. Let's see how it behaves around this 50 area. Yeah, kind of weird tape action here. Trying to focus. Still holding on. Looks like there was a huge soaker at 54. Here we go. Wow. Wow. I'm up huge. Up really good now. Holy smokes. Let's see. Okay. We're at 59 for a second. I have to sell some here just to reduce the risk a little bit. Sold half, 58. That was a huge soaker there at 54, 53. You guys saw that. So sold half there at 58. I couldn't get the fill at 59. Here we go. I got some left. You have to reduce the risk there. Here we go. 59 are back. Might sell a little bit more here at 60 if it gets there. All right, sold half more. I'm up 13 grand. Got 1,800 shares left. Let's sell a little bit more. I sold half more, so I only got a couple hundred shares left. I'm up 17 grand. Should be a 20K day here. I still don't like how they're playing with the halt levels here. Sold a little bit more. I got 500 shares left. I'm up 19 grand. So able to hold on to this thing because of that soaker at freaking $54, man. That was so sick. I do apologize not going in and not calling that live like on the spot. I was really focused, but I'm pretty sure all you guys saw that 54, 53 soaker. That was pretty easy to spot, and that gave me conviction to hold on to the long. So yeah, 500 shares left at this point. It's okay. Not much left. Did have a couple thousand earlier, so let's see what we got here. 52s are up. Good God. Jeez Louise. Selling some more there at close to 63, so I'm up $20,600. I got 250 shares left. So it looks like a lot of you guys able to read that 54 soaker, so it's really good. So my entry was around 56 like I called. Now we're up pretty nicely here. Wow, woke up was $20 a share here on this last remaining 250 shares left. Let's see what we got. Halt levels at 63.69. Holy smokes. So sold another 100 shares. Now I got only 100 shares left, up $21,000. I'm going to hold the rest here. Let's see. We'll let the rest ride. Washout levels at 58 for those of you guys that aren't in. But at this point, you know, that sketchy level 2 action around that 54 area, even though it did favor the long side with that 54 soaker, though, this shows that this stock is capable of some manipulation. So be really careful. I could see them yanking the bid and dropping this like straight down to a downside halt. So you got to be really, really careful here, guys. If you're going to buy that 58 dip, go in small. I'm probably just going to go in with like a couple hundred shares. Once a stock shows that it's capable of some manipulation, any form of manipulation, doesn't matter if you were the beneficiary of such manipulation, you still got to respect the fact that you just yank the bid one of these times, not soak the bid, and this thing will free fall to downside halt, which is currently at 54.02. Wow, look at this. 65's up. Let's see if 65 is the resistance. There's a couple sellers there at 65. Sold a little bit more at 64.5. Locking in now 22,000. I am aware that the mic is cutting in and out, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm not sure there's something wrong with the internet here or something like that. All right, I'm all out, guys. I'm all out. $22,614. Selling it there in the mid 64s. The last couple shares, I was basically just selling half every single time on the way up. So there we go. Perfect top tick there. Washing out. Watch that 658 level to watch. Previous highs. I think I'm probably just going to do like 500 shares or less, or maybe even 250 shares. There we go. Here's the wash. Taking a small long here at 59. Small long, only 250 shares. Looking for a Big Mac now. All right, all out there. This pop now up 23 grand. Again, guys, do apologize for not calling that tape readout live. You know, when you're balls deep in a trade, you gotta be a little bit focused. But I think I'm pretty sure everyone saw that 54 soaker that really led to this move that triggered the squeeze. Nice washout opportunity there off of that 58 as called. Prior resistance acting as new support. So again, another pretty simple read there. Yeah, soak on the bid. I mean, I'm just going to put a poll. Just make sure everyone's on the same page here. Just making sure everyone understood that there was a huge soaker there at 54. Bid soaker there at 64, which led to the 54 that led to this move. Yeah, you know, that actually is a really good example. I actually did not record this because I didn't expect this to happen. So if anyone actually recorded this, yeah, I would appreciate you guys sending over the footage so we can use it for the webinar, the tape reading webinar. Preferably on the DAS level 2 or something similar to that, DAS, Real Tick, or Sterling, because the Thinkorswim level 2 is just not good enough. All right, so right now I think it's just kind of fizzling out a little bit. Volume's getting lower on KRTX. Oh man, this is awesome, man. This has definitely woke me up. It's definitely been a long couple days, but a pretty good, pretty nice couple days, I guess. Going to Disney World, going to Universal, and now banking 23 G's. I would say that qualifies as a pretty good couple days, but definitely pretty tired. But this woke me up for sure, seeing this kind of move. What a sick stock, man. Now it's kind of stalling out a little bit. It needs to probably consolidate. You saw earlier that it consolidated for 5 candles, which is basically 15 minutes. 5 times 3, 15 minutes of consolidation led to this little 3-candle squeeze from 54 to 65 basically. Now it's on the third candle here, holding above that prior highs. So I'm just going to sit on my hands here a little bit, let it play out. You know, you never know. Volume is getting low now. You see this candle trading only 28,000 shares. So let's see what it does again. 58 level to watch. It might just bleed out here. Watch the wash up toward that 54. Again, 54 is where that soaker was. Now, probably with the volume fizzling out, probably going to be only 100 share trades from here on out. 100 share trades, rather. It might just bleed out here. Let's see. Got a little bit of a down ticker. Ass down ticking now. Watch that 54 area. Here we go. 54s, downside halt. Chat guy's going to call it a day here without taking a trade, so nothing from him. Guys, I'm only taking 100 shares because I just want to ruin my day at this point. The volume is also dropping off. That's the real reason why. Look at the volume drop off now on KRTX. You got to trade proportional to volume. Can't really size up when the thing's trading less than 100,000 shares. So those guys that answered no on that poll, feel free to send me a DM. I'm trying to catch up, slowly catching up on DMs while waiting for the next trade here. So you know, those of you guys that sent me a DM over the weekend, again, apologize. Definitely was out all weekend, but I did get a chance to answer most of the DMs from Friday to Sunday. And yeah, send me a DM if you guys want to get an explanation about the 54 soaker. I am getting a couple of those right now. So those of you guys that voted no, feel free to hit me up and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. But basically, just to answer the question live on the mic, essentially we saw a lot of sells hit the bid at 54 earlier. Stock wasn't going down. They kept refreshing the bid. More sells to 54. Bid just held up like a rock. And that triggered the squeeze. All right, Curve asking, what do you think about the hidden seller that was stepping down? Yeah, that definitely was a little sketchy. Again, guys, this is why KRTX, you know, after after that soaker at 54 that led to that squeeze, I definitely fully intended on selling it, you know, not holding this thing for till kingdom come, because once I saw the manipulation on this stock, you know, once the stock shows that it's capable of any sort of manipulation, be it in your favor or not, you really got to just take a step back and reanalyze and assess the situation. So that stair-stepping down ticker, that down ticker on the offer, yeah, that was definitely sketchy as well. I mean, you don't know what the agenda here is. Maybe they're propping the bid so they can sell on the ask. That's one theory, one possibility. They could also just be straight up selling. Who knows? Maybe there's a guy that's shorting, iceberg short. I don't know. But in any case, there's definitely some funky stuff on the level 2 going on, and this is why I'm pretty much trading 100 shares from this point out. But there could be a lot of possibilities. We could sit here all day trying to, theorize what's going on, but overall, it's just, just basically just look at it at face value. There's a lot of sketchy stuff going on. The volume is diminishing. It's almost 10:30. And I was just look at it as a sign, like a kind of a red flag, to just size down or just step aside and let this thing play out a little bit, see what it wants to do. 54 again just held up. That's where the soaker was earlier, so that's why it's bouncing a little bit here. But the range is kind of gone. It's grinding on lower volume. Definitely not the type of stock I want to be trading. So just going to chill out here for a little bit. Just be careful, guys. Don't get stuck in a grind down dump. If you guys try to long this very well could do that. I've seen stocks like this can just bleed out a slow and painful death. So just be careful. I think the easy trade is over for now, especially with the volume drying out. And again, they'll really lament the halt levels, the circuit breaker halt rules here on these things, just keeping this thing really from going parabolic. You can kind of see this thing was trying to skip up violently multiple times. And then it would just run into that artificial brick wall that is the upside halt level, and then the stock would have to kind of like pull back a little bit and then skip up to the next halt level, pull back a little bit, skip up to the next halt level. But you can clearly see that without that circuit breaker halt, it would have gone parabolic and probably would have been a lot more fluid, free-flowing, a lot more tradable with a lot more washout long opportunities. So that was a shame. You guys know me. I'm not a big fan at all of these, artificial, intrusive market manipulative tactics, I would even call it, SSR, circuit breaker halts. These algos are definitely abusing them. And yeah, it makes it a lot difficult to read. A lot more difficult to read these stocks due to these rules that we have in place. But it is what it is. So stock right now is bouncing off that 54 area. Again, volume's just too low. Just going to chill out here for a little bit. I do have to take off eventually. I got to start packing. But if there's anything crazy going on, you better believe I'm going to drop everything and go back to trade. I mean, if this thing goes to 100, I'll miss my flight to trade this thing, seriously. Whatever, man. Shell out another $500 to go home for another plane ticket to make whatever, like 10, 20 grand. You guys know me, man. If there's like a BPTH or SES going on, you drop everything. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You drop everything. In the middle of taking a final exam, it doesn't matter if you're trying to catch a flight or something. It doesn't matter if you're on a hot date. You drop that. You drop that to make $50,000 in the market, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in the market, man. Oh, okay, so now it's bouncing back to $60. Oh yeah, even a Megan Fox, man. I don't care, man. BPTH is going on. Sorry, Megan, you're gonna have to wait for me. All right, KRTX is bouncing back to $60 a little bit here, low volume, 29,000 shares on this candle. Again, at this point, the stock needs to break over 65. Should probably return, bring the volume back. If it breaks over 65, padding out, some people get that washout opportunity. But again, the halt levels probably going to put a damper on that, unfortunately. 62.16 officially the upside halt, 50.86 the downside. So right now, again, just patiently waiting. Let this thing either break 65. CPST is creeping up on low volume, by the way. CPST is at close to $3. Not interested in trading it because of the low volume. But patiently waiting for KRTX to either break over $64.99, basically call it even $65 for the next leg up, or maybe that 54 soaker or support, whatever you want to call it, decides to get pulled and this thing just ends up dumping down to 50 and then 42 and 36 and so on. VWAP currently at 47.69, indicating that most of the volume is trading well above that level, and most of the volume basically trading above $50 essentially if you really look at it. So a 54/50 crack would probably send this thing tumbling down. Let's call it the line of sand there, 54 if you want. Let it do its thing. Volume now really getting low. 11,000 shares traded on this candle, KRTX. So, this keeps up without this thing either cracking 54 or breaking over 65. Probably not going to get volume returning to this thing. So let's just wait it out a little bit. All right, guys. So KRTX getting kind of boring now. Just gonna just chill out here for a little bit. Maybe just walk away, take the money and run, and come back when things get hot again. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes, maybe to like 10:45. I do got to start taking care of a couple things shortly here, but pretty epic morning. Really awesome read there off that 54 soaker. You guys got any other questions? Please feel free to ask it over the next couple minutes before we wrap things up here on this KRTX exercise to give us another go. But definitely KRTX, man. Love this kind of all-time high breakout type action when you know every single short is underwater. And this is when I love trading these larger float, larger price stocks, man. Such clean reads. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a misconception that, people think that I trade only small caps. I trade stocks that have above average volume, well above average volume and volatility, and clean looking charts and clean reads. All-time high breakouts and washout longs to prior resistance acting as new support are usually really, really solid A-plus setups, which is why I sized up on this one a little bit more than usual. All right, 54 level coming up here, KRTX. There you go, 53s now. Sensing that's a little bit weaker, but it's actually it needs to essentially crack 50. And then we got VWAP residing just below that at 48. Let's see if that 54 soaker from earlier decides to come back. So 54 holding up for now. This could potentially be really, really epic if it just decides to stall out here around this 54 area and then collect another round of shorts. Again, this is easy to borrow. This can really take off if they can consolidate this maybe for like 30 minutes, an hour or so, and then trap another batch of shorts here and squeeze this thing to God knows where. All right, guys, 10:45. Looks like we're holding 54 here. Volume's just too low though for me to get involved, so I think I'm just gonna call it a and set an alert for $65, and then if it alerts me, I'm just gonna run back to the desk and maybe hop on the mic again and provide some bonus commentary. But I do definitely have to get going here shortly. But I'll be around my desk, so if I see this thing ripping, but you better believe me, I'm gonna get involved. But I'll do my best here. I'm gonna put my alert here for 65. And then if it, if it squeezes, man, we got a shot. This thing going to 70, 75, 100, who knows? So if you guys got any last questions here, it's just looking a little bit too boring to watch. This thing's essentially gone flatline here on this 54 to 60 area, for now like 9 candles, so almost half an hour. It shows signs of weakness, but could still be a trap. Definitely a lot of shorts from the daily chart. You can see are underwater. But just gonna set my alert there for 65, and then wrap things up. So, any last chance for questions here? Do got a couple DMs. Maya saying, I hope it traps and makes new high day. Me too, man. I'd love to do nothing more and miss my flight and make another 10 grand or something. That would just be freaking awesome. It's been a great trip overall. I would have to say that the East Coast time zone, having experienced it now, not really my cup of tea, man. I mean, I think that the fact that the day is pretty much over after I'm done trading, kind of like, I really like the whole day finishing at 1. Or in Europe where, the day starts at 3:30, and that's pretty cool too. But over here, I don't really have time for much. I was able to go to the gym during the lull hours during typical trader nap time, but other than that, I just didn't like the whole day essentially being over. It's just basically dark already at 5:30. My sacrifice the cause of ticket to make another 10. Oh man, that absolutely is a no-brainer. There you go, man. It's holding up, man. This thing is holding up. It's got a chance. Low volume on this push, but this thing can definitely just trap. If it consolidates long enough above 54, man, this can trap and rip to like whatever. Let's pray. Let's pray for it. Let's see if we can get it, and then get ourselves a nice opportunity to make some more money. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off the mic for now. If there's another play on this thing, I'll try to hop back on. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yo, 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 what's up, guys? It's all day. What's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me? Cool. So this will be a pretty quick day for me. We had LK and AMAT here. So basically, that LK move from Friday and AMAT from Friday and Piton from Friday, we were all waiting for the dips in the morning. So AMAT right off the bat, AMAT was actually my focus today, and AMAT decided to dip, reclaim, reclaim. So I kept buying and selling, 5 cents loss, 5 cents win, 5 cents loss, until this latest move. Then I got some sells into the 0.3s from 62 ones. So wasn't that big of a win, but still got it. LK was really cool because it dipped really nicely, and we got long in the 25s and in the 26s, and sold on the way up. So a little bit early. That $4, $5 move, that tells me the holiday market's coming in, and we should get some moves, in the future. P-Town was also really cool because it set up in the morning and just tanked, right? Went under VWAP and just tanked the dollar. And then it held, it reclaimed over VWAP and just ran to 29. I didn't play that move, but it shows me once again that these moves are working. I didn't touch KRTX, dude. KRTX, that spread was way too much for me. I didn't want to do 1,000. I didn't want to do any type of size because that spread was just crazy. It was $1 spread, so I'm not gonna get in something with $1 spread on. I don't care how far it's moving. It's not it's good play to me. If it had a tight spread sometimes, like right now, how see how it has like a 20-cent spread. If it had a 20-cent spread at times, like on certain setups in the morning, I would have probably got in. But it was $1 spread from like 9:35 to to when it hit $65. So it really wasn't that smart for me to get in. 3,000 shares, you're down $3,000 right after the start of the bat. Right after the bat. I'll definitely look into it later. I'm looking for a dip to 47ish. I would love a dip to VWAP, hold VWAP, and then grind up over VWAP. And I'll look into it, man. I'm up on a day, so I really don't want to mess with my positions at all. I don't want to mess with my P&L today. I'm perfect. So good start to the week. You guys have any questions today? I'll answer some questions if you guys want. I'm in the office. My partner's on the phone, so kind of got to be quiet. So if you guys have any questions today? I posted my fills in the chart section if you guys want to take a look. I keep posting them, but I don't know if you guys are looking or not. But a couple of fills at 26.11s and then 26.45s. I actually had 25 fills also. I'll post them later. Yeah, LK and AMAT were my two longs today. That was about it. I was watching Piton and AMRN. Both of them, had nice moves. I'm off those dips. And, yeah. All those dips were really nice. You could have bought any of these dips at the open, from this Friday. So that's why you have to always, have your watch list, from Friday night into Monday morning, right? What ran on Friday afternoon? Piton ran, LK ran. There's certain moves that ran. Eros ran. So they should have all been on your watch list for this Monday morning, which I posted. I posted my watch list this morning as every day. Best watch list in the game. But yeah, guys, you guys have any questions? Let me know. DM me. PCG. Are you guys watching anything? You guys want me to look at anything for you guys while I'm here? Well, it's fine. I do appreciate it. CPST. Let's see what's on CPST. Oh, CPST, all right. Decent little curl there. Sold off on these 2 wicks. Right back to 3. See if you can hold 3. Disney options. Now we're talking. I didn't watch Disney, man. I had Disney on my watch list on my second screen. And that was a fucking nice move, man. 143. Wow, I didn't even see that. Kind of glad I stayed away, but everything was a real nice move, man. This was a nice morning today. I'm pretty pumped up about it. This should be yeah, bro. I got Disney Plus last night, man. I watched Steamboat Willie. I watched a couple cartoons from 1940s. It was pretty cool. And then I watched the Mandalorian, whatever, the Mandalorian, and I fell asleep during it because it was like 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, bro. Me too. I love Steamboat Willie, bro. I have a couple bobbleheads of like the old school Mickey Mouse. They're worth some money too. Yeah, some bobbleheads, bro. The old school bobbleheads. Yeah. But the Mandalorian, I fell asleep during. I gotta rewatch it. Yeah, man. Okay, man. That was a nice wick at 30. I knew it wasn't gonna break 30. I should have shorted that 30 mark. I'm kind of pissed off I didn't. Damn, INMD. Holy crap. INMD, man. That was a fucking runner. AMRN. What about AMRN? Just fading a little bit. Nothing crazy. I hate when you guys do that. Like something just made like $1 move. I check it. It's really doing nothing. LK. Bounce off that 50 there. How you guys doing today? You guys are trading well? Because I'm probably not going to call any more moves. I want to stay disciplined. Would you trade Cowboy? QD, huh? Wow, QD faded. Nice. Disney was sick. LK was good, man. Nice job, Ricky. Arrows, shit. KRTX. $0.20 spread on KRTX now. Just be careful longing into any whole numbers on KRTX. That can get sold on. Man, that spread just opened up even more. AMAT 62 fours. Little rejection on KRTX. See that shit? Right into 60. Gotta be careful going long in those whole numbers on these type of stocks. $3 loss right now. Look at that shit. It's so funny hearing him in the background, man. It's so funny. It's so funny, dude. I just hear everyone. All these guys, man. He's got everyone. Every single room. So funny. Alright guys, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna head home and I'll come back on the mic. 1 second.
Yeah, damn straight. So you see at the moment, KTRX, it's just kind of grinding. Again, the stock never went parabolic, despite, seemingly it did make a big move, but it did it in a linear fashion. It didn't do it in a parabolic fashion, so that's why you're getting a grind up and kind of like a grind down, which is not exactly my favorite type of action to trade, which is why I'm just nibbling in with a couple hundred shares. Usually when you get parabolic up, then you're going to get those washouts, violent washouts, and then nice bounces. But usually when you get grinds, you're going to get, less entertaining action to say the least. But hopefully this is not over just yet. So a little bit more dip here, 85. See if we get this thing down to like 78, $80. I got an ad there, 85. See if we get a quick bounce. You also have the option to flip short. There we go. See if we get this bounce going. Alright, so still pretty weak here. So let's see, might have to just take off half for a loss and then re-add lower. So still holding on for now. So looks like it's still holding at 85 area. Got a mid 87 average. Definitely a tough one. Didn't go para, so it's just grind. So I might have to reduce these trades to 100 shares or less for moving forward. Alright, so reducing some size here into the high 87s for a small, now down to only a couple hundred shares just to be safe, reducing the risk here. So end up locking those in for a profit. Had an 87.4 average, officially selling there 87.6, so didn't get much out of it. Just wanted to reduce risk, essentially at break even. Just not liking the way this thing, but let's see if we can get a bounce over 88 to 89.90 on the rest, and then we can just sell the rest for a profit. But essentially what's going on right now is we're getting a little bit of a stall around 85, and that's a 15-point fade off of that $100 high, which kind of coincidentally occurred right at that 2 o'clock time frame. But in any case, we're still, looking like maybe we can get a little bit of a rebound here. If it doesn't happen, that's fine. We got a couple hundred shares left. Maybe look to short this breakdown, ride it down to 78, 75, or we could also alternatively play a bounce around those levels as well, 75 to 78. Look for a bounce back toward the mid 80s. Volume getting low again, so it was good decision there to reduce the size. So once again, looking weak. There we go. See my crack here. Look for that 78 level. So tape's still a little bit heavy here. Halt levels 77 and 94. 77.2, 94.35. Still looking to see if we get a bounce going. Only got 100 shares left, like I said. Looking for that 7, basically an 80 washout. And then use one last ad, get a quick bounce, and then get out of here. But yeah, this grindy action wasn't exactly the most exciting. So I had a couple more shares there, around 82. So averaging out 84.5. Again, only a couple hundred shares. Quick bounce, just get out. Maybe we get a good pop, sell the long, go short. That's a perfect situation. Or this thing just bounces back to 90. Let's see. All right, so still holding here. 84.5 is my average. There we go. It's popping at 85. Maybe we get the real bounce going. You look at the chart, intraday chart. 75 really is the last level. There we go. Nice play. There we go. Selling some there at 86 and 86.5. Up almost 30 grand on the day. Unbelievable. And this is trading with just a couple hundred shares. Given the grindy nature of the stock. Selling some more there, 87. So the stock basically going from 100 down to 81. That's a 19-point fade. It was definitely due for a bounce. Had to respect the fact that it could have dropped all the way down to 78, 75. 75 being the critical level because that was the start of this move from 75 up to 100. That's where the volume started kicking in around 1:30 Eastern. So locking in it there, locking in all the gains there. Now up $29,280 on the day. What a nice trade there. Selling into the pops, only holding a couple hundred shares given the risk. Then adding there in the 82s, getting my average down to 84.5, dumping it 86, 87. Nice little trade. Getting a couple points out of it. But this stock still, not the most exciting. It's just grinding. No real parabolic. So we'll just patiently wait for the next setup. I think that might have been it for the bounce for now. So I'll step out for 1 second here. Got to take care of a couple things, but I'll still be watching very cautiously. If there's anything going on, I'll hop back on. But sitting really pretty now. Up, almost 30 grand on a day. Pretty sick stuff. And be patient here and not get into any trouble. Only about an hour and a half left to go in the day. All right, guys. I'll keep an eye on this. Hop back on the mic. We got something going. 1 sec, guys.